Assalamualaikum and hi, my name is Izzatul Binti Ishak with metric number of CN 190 and 196. I am an undergraduate student from BNA from UTH Pago. In this video, I will present my final year project entitled Eco-Friendly Nanocellulose Filter Paper, a potential for removal of dye from textile wastewater. The topic that we highlight in this video are abstract, introduction, literature review, methodology, result discussion, conclusion. I will explain on the abstract part. Textile wastewater has now become one of the largest producers of wastewater as the demand for the products increase. In producing the textile, many stages are involved which leads to more wastewater generation. Not only that, but the process also involves the usage of various types of chemical substance and coloring agents that can pollute the water once it will discharge into the water bodies such as rivers and lakes. The objective of the study is to investigate the performance of the filter paper towards the textile wastewater, as well as to determine the optimal dosage of the filter paper used. Different dosage and pH is used to define filter paper's best performance through filtration. Then the color removal was analysed by using the DR6000 spectrophotometer. The result then obtained shows that the optimum pH and dosage removal of color from textile wastewater samples are pH 9 and dosage of 60 gram per meter square. Finally, this study can be improvised by using different concentrations of sample in order to get more result to be compared. Okay, then we will move to the next part, which is the introduction. Okay, so in this introduction, the UN World Water Development Report in 2019 has reported that resulting from the increment of the population, growth and socio-economic development has also triggered the increment of the use of water. It shows that water is one of the essential element not only for our daily life but also to the completely natural ecosystem. However, with the uncontrolled water pollution leads to the shortage of water to happen, which also contribute by the toxic effluents discharged by the industrial sectors. Okay, according to Kumar and Saravanan in 2017, textile industries are among the most environmentally unsustainable industrial processes as they produce color effluent in large quantities, polluting the water resources. Therefore, with the release of the dye effluent in the water, it will cause harm towards humans, animal and ecosystem. The removal of the dye effluent in textile wastewater can be applied through the filtration method. Thus, considering this method, filtration process has been selected to be featured in this study to sustainably remove those dye effluents. Additionally, to make this method more environmentally friendly, the medium used as filtration is a filter paper made of nanocellulose from Neolamarkia cadamba, which is a type of renewable material sources. Okay, therefore, considering those factors, this study is conducted in order to investigate the performance of filter paper toward textile wastewater, as well as determining the optimal dosage of filter paper that can be used by the textile industries to filter the wastewater. Okay, not only that, this study also aim to distinguish and also investigate the functional group present in CNF's filter paper through the Fourier transform infrared spectroscopy, also known as FTIR. Okay, next we will move to the literature review part. Okay, so as can be cited by Erkan in 2018, the process of textile including the process of dyeing, finishing and washing stage, which resulting to the discharge of huge volume of wastewater. Okay, a study conducted by Paul in 2017 also found that most of the effluent in textile wastewater are high concentration of suspended solid, chlorides, nitrates, and also have a high value of biological oxygen demand and chemical oxygen demand value. In reducing the amount of the dieffluent in wastewater, there are several methods that can be applied. So according to Al-Tohami in 2022, membrane filtration is one of the most advanced physical technologies utilized to cleanse the dye contained in the wastewater. Not only that, a study has been conducted by Chan et al. In 2015 involving CNF filter paper, which was obtained from Kenaf core, where the maximum filtration capacity was found to be at 122.2 milligram per gram at pH 9. Okay, next, the latest study has been conducted by Latifa et al. In 2020 by extracting CNF from Neola Markia Kadamba, shows that the optimum filtration of the paper is at 60 gram per meter cube. However, the previous study shows minimal work on the manufacturing of CNFs into filter paper from Malaysian renewable forest resources to be used as filtration medium to eliminate dye pollutant in wastewater treatment method, and this will be the research gap in the study. As for the methodology part, the study is starting by the choosing of the sample, such as the water sample and filter paper, to be used in this experiment. In the study, the sample of water was obtained from the textile industry located in Senai, Johor, while the filter paper can be obtained from the Forest Research Institute Malaysia, or so known as FRIM, made of CNFs from wood chips. Then after the selection has been made, the next part is selecting the various of filter paper dosage and pH to be analysed in the study. In this study, the constant variable is the dilution of wastewater used for a sample which is at 100% of wastewater, while the dosage of the filter paper and also the pH are vary with each other, which is at 50, 60 and 80 gram per meter cube, while the pH is at 4, 7 and 9. After done choosing the variables, then only that we can conduct the experiment by using the cross flow filtration system. The filtered sample were collected before we can check the parameters of the sample. After completing the experiment, then we can check the characterization of the textile wastewater sample and compare the result after the final effluent and also this initial wastewater sample. The parameters to be checked includes pH, total suspended solids, chemical oxygen demand and also color removal. Okay, next, the characterization of the CNF filter paper were conducted using the FTIR system. After that, after completing the analysis, the optimum of dosage of filter paper and pH were determined. The next part to be presented is result and discussion from the experiment conducted. Okay, so before doing the filtration process, we did the permeability water testing, which is conducted using pressure range from 1 to 5 in order to check the durability of the filter paper. So as you can see from the table in figure 2, shows the water flux obtained using filter paper of 60 gram per meter cube. In this study also, the parameters to be checked is COD, chemical oxygen demand, suspended solid and also the color removal. As the data being compared, the most optimum dosage of filter paper and pH of water is 60 gram per meter cube and pH of 9. The turbidity recorded is 5 NTU compared to the initial reading, which is at 1706 NTU. Next, the COD value is also decreased from the initial COD, which is at 378 milligram per liter, to final COD value, which is at 52 milligram per liter. Plus, from the experiment conducted, shows that the color of the sample were also decreased from 1706 ADMI to 64 ADMI. The color then was was measured by using the DR6000. So as we compare the result of the parameters of the filtered wastewater sample with industrial effluent or mixed effluent standard, the values were all compliant with the standard. And if you can analyze from the summarization of the color removal, most of the filter paper and pH applied are capable to remove some of the dye effluent in wastewater. The selection of the dosage and pH is made by considering some factors. The dosage of 80 gram per meter cube are capable to remove 99% of dye effluent. However, by only using the dosage of 60 gram per meter cube, sufficient enough to reach the rate of removal, which benefits in cost reduction of using more volume of CNFs, which will also benefiting the industries. Next, the obtained final pH for dosage 60 gram per meter cube of 100% dilution is 9. As we compare with the industrial effluent or mixed effluent, the samples fit the standard A, which range between 6 to 9 for pH. Then the characterization of filter paper were also conducted using FTIR. From this method, we got to know the functional group of the filter paper before and after filtration. From the data collected, the functional group were added into 4 more functional groups which trapped on the filter paper. Based on the studies conducted, the objective is to investigate the performance of filter paper using CNFs from Neola Markia Kadambra in removing the textile effluent wastewater and determine the optimal dosage of the filter paper. From the result reported, it could be concluded that the color removal of the dye effluent was successfully achieved, which means that the objectives were also accomplished. In this study, the removal of the dye involved 3 different pH and dosage. Then the optimum value of pH and dosage were evaluated. So that's all from me. Thank you very much and Assalamualaikum.